Good afternoon, everyone. I am Miss Mary, and welcome to live story time. I am just going to wait a few minutes to um, wait for people to come in. And of course, as always, when you do come in, please say hello in the chat, and I will do my best to give you a shout out. And unfortunately, I don't always see every comment until after story time is over, so please make sure you do leave a comment. And if I don't get it in the chat, I make sure to reply to comments after. Um, Welcome. I see Laura has arrived. Hi, Laura. Hi, Sadie and Callie. Hope you're doing well. And again, if you have arrived, please say hello. Hi, Abby. Hi, Logan. Good to see you. Okay. The number's going up. That's good. Excellent. Again, if you are just arriving, make sure you say a hello. Hello, Muntaha and Zoha, all the way from Pakistan. They join me every week. I just love that. Thank you. Hi, Sadie. Hi, Callie. It's good to see you. Okay, let's give it a little bit of time. And again, if you're here and you've joined in, please say hello in the chat box, and I will do my best to give a shout out to you. And as always, I'm going to mention this too in the middle. If you miss part of the story time, the replay video always gets posted. So you can check that out if you've missed anything. So, all right, so let's get started. I have a very special story time for you today, and I spent a lot of time this week thinking about recent events and how I wanted to approach that. And of course, I wanted to approach that. And I have some great stories to share with you today that I think are just lovely and representative of the wonderful differences we have in our community. So I wanted to, read those stories, but I also wanted to mention a few things. It has been a challenging past couple of weeks, and a lot has been going on, and it can be overwhelming. And I just wanted to share with our Black community that I see you and I'm with you, and I will never understand, but I will always stand with you. And I wanted to just say that there are so many people who make up our neighborhood. And right now, some people are hurting and need our help. And that doesn't mean that everyone in our neighborhood isn't important. It just means that we have to help the ones who are hurting right now. So that is something I wanted to share today. We have to help the people in our world and in our community who are hurting right now. So hopefully this story time can bring some comfort and some hope and some representation with the characters in the books I'm going to read. And I am also going to share a couple of links in the comments in between stories. One of our librarians created a list of books that you can read with your children that are about difficult topics. And I'm going to share the link to that Google Doc. And I'm also going to link to a town hall that Sesame Street is going to be having tomorrow on CNN. And it's all about talking with your children and your families as a family about racism and how you can fight against it. So I will be sharing the link to the information about that town hall, which is going to be tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So again, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy the stories. And I'm going to start off with this one called Not Quite Snow White by Ashley Franklin. And I think this is just a wonderful story. I can't wait for you to hear. Okay, here we go. Sorry, just making sure my book is good. Okay. For Tamika, it was always the right time and place to dance and sing. Tamika had a hip, rolling, happy dance, a swayful, sad dance, a stomping, mad dance, and a hair-flicking just because she felt fabulous dance. She sang high with the tweeting birds and low with the croaking frogs. She always shared her love of music and movement with an audience, stuffed and unstuffed. Tamika loved the stage. It was her perfect place. She was the star of every show, and she loved every show that she starred in. She had been a cucumber, a space cowboy, a dinosaur, and her favorite part, a singing mermaid. On stage, Tamika felt like she could be anything or anyone she wanted to be, but she had never been a princess. Now she would finally have her chance. She's going to audition for her school's show. Tamika was so excited that she went to both days of auditions for the Snow White musical. On the first day, she arrived super early. She helped friends with their lines, kept count for the dancers, and shooed butterflies away from nervous tummies so songs could be sung. What a good helper she is, right? Calming everyone down. After the audition, Tamika heard some of the other kids whispering, "She can't be Snow White. She's too tall. Oh, and much too chubby. And she's too brown." Tamika looked at her legs. They were long. Maybe the kids were right. A princess shouldn't be taller than her prince. Should she? Tamika looked at her belly. Maybe what the kids said was true. She couldn't remember any chubby princesses. Tamika looked at her skin. She was brown. How could a girl with brown skin play a princess like Snow White? Could those kids be wrong? Maybe she was wrong for wanting to be this princess. She went from being so excited, right, to feeling all of this. Tamika slouched and sucked in her belly. She tried pulling down her sleeves, but there was no getting around being brown. For the first time, she didn't feel like dancing or singing. At dinner, Tamika didn't tap her feet or clang rhythms with her spoon. "Is something wrong?" asked her mom. "The other kids said I'm too tall, too chubby, and too brown. I'm not white for Snow White," said Tamika. "You've got it all wrong," Mom said. "You are tall enough, chubby enough, and brown enough to be a perfect princess." "Besides," said her dad, "Snow White is just pretend. You've always been my real princess. You're just enough of all the right stuff." He kissed her forehead. Tamika smiled. Maybe her parents were on to something. At At the audition the next day, Tamika watched all the other kids get on stage and do their best. It was Tamika's turn at last. She remembered what her parents had said, but her long legs were still a little jittery. She closed her eyes and imagined she was singing and dancing for her favorite audience of friends. Remember, both stuffed and unstuffed. Then she remembered the joy she felt when performing. Tamika knew she could do it. And she did. She shone like the star she was. She could act, she could dance, she could sing. She loved herself as much as she loved music and movement. There's our girl, right? Tamika was a perfectly poised princess. When her audition was over, Tamika looked out to smiling faces. Tamika wasn't too much of anything. Maybe she was just enough of all the right stuff. And look, she got the part. Oh, I just love that story, sweet Tamika. So I wanted to give shout outs. Thank you for that story. I see a lot of comments. Hi, Sadaf. Hi, Amarali and Bahar. Welcome. Hi, Paulette. Hi, Nala. My favorite color, Sadie. Great question. Pink. Pink, all shades, but especially that pretty ballet pink, that pale pink. Love that. And green is a second favorite. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Christine. Again, if I have missed anybody in the comments, if it's some I've scrolled through, if it's someone I've missed, I'm so sorry. I will catch you when I see the comments after. Oh, good, Laura. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I love that book too. Just a great story, uplifting and sweet, and just a reminder that we can do whatever we put our minds to, and I'm glad that Tamika kept singing and dancing and was able to steal the show. Yellow, like the sunshine. What a great favorite color, Sadie. I always wished I looked better in yellow. Not my color, but I love it, and I love lemons, so which are also yellow. So welcome to everyone, and I again just wanted to thank you for coming today. And today's stories are focusing around representation so that children can see themselves in the stories I'm reading, and just a reminder again that right now there are a lot of people in this world who are hurting, and I stand with them and I support them. And it's up to us to help those people to stop hurting. So with that said, let's get to our second story. This is another one that was new to me. I read it for the first time earlier this week and just fell in love with Rocket, which is not her real name, but it's her nickname, and you'll soon see why. So this one is called Rocket Says Look Up by Nathan Bryon. Every night before bed, I set up my telescope and wish upon a star. Does anybody else do that? I do that. Mom tells me that I never stop looking up and that my head is always floating in the clouds. But she can't tell me that I look up more than my big brother Jamal looks down at his silly phone. I think we might all be guilty of that. That's relatable. Jamal says I'm called Rocket because I've got fiery breath, but Mom says it's because a famous rocket blasted off into space the day I was born. All I know is that one day I'm going to be the greatest astronaut, star catcher, spacewalker who has ever lived, like Mae Jemison, the first African American woman in space. Did you know Mae Jemison went into orbit around Earth in the Space Shuttle Endeavour, even though she was afraid of heights? Now that takes a lot of guts, right? Can't get higher than space, and she went up anyway. That's impressive. I'm totally prepared. I've defied gravity, captured rare and exotic life forms, and built a ship to the stars. For today's mission, I'm going to see something incredible: the Phoenix meteor shower. I want everyone to see it with me, so I've made some flyers to hand out. Wow, Rocket's pretty talented. Jamal is going to take me to the park to see the meteor shower, but first we have to go to the supermarket. While he is looking for the milk, I will be trying to find the astronaut food. Did you know that meteor showers happen when Earth moves through the trail of dust left by a comet? I didn't know that. Did you know that most meteors are smaller than a grain of sand? I didn't know that either until I read this book this week. Did you know meteors are bits of dust burning up in the atmosphere? Did you know that the best time to see a meteor shower is when it's dark with no clouds? That I kind of figured. In the supermarket, when Kathy the cashier isn't looking, I grab her microphone. For one night only, come out and witness the amazing Phoenix meteor shower. And everybody looks up. Kathy takes her microphone back as I hand out my flyers to the people online. I think Jamal might be a tiny bit annoyed with me. The Phoenix meteor shower will be coming soon. We'd better drop off the shopping and get to the park fast. Oh, look out! Oh no, a car splashed in a puddle and got him all wet. Haha, that wouldn't have happened if you had just looked up. Now Jamal is even more annoyed with me, and he says he won't take me to the park anymore. But when we get home, Mom saves the day. Come on, Jamal, she says, put the phone down and take your little sister to the park. Yes, I jump up and do my famous victory dance around the room. I grab my jetpack backpack, but Jamal is still glued to his game. Wait till I complete this level, Rocket, he grumbles. As we're about to leave, the doorbell rings. Wow, it's half the people from my street, and they're all holding my flyers. To the park, I yell at the top of my lungs. Everyone is so excited. My neck is aching from staring up into the sky, but I won't stop. I can't miss it. Suddenly, the park goes silent. Even the birds are holding their breath. Everyone points their telescopes and binoculars up at the sky. Everyone but Jamal, who is still looking down at his phone. I think I see it, I shout. Oh, but it's just a plane flying overhead. Everyone moans and groans. We wait and wait and wait. One by one, people start to leave. Maybe the Phoenix meteor shower was a myth after all. Maybe that's why Jamal didn't want to come along. Maybe everyone is upset with me for wasting their time. I've never ever felt this sad before. Jamal looks at me for the first time today. It feels like the first time ever. I've turned my phone off, sis, he says. I'm sorry for making you wait for nothing, Jamal. Let's go home. Suddenly, there's a big, bright light in the sky. Could it be? Look up! The Phoenix meteor shower. I'm speechless, Jamal says. He pulls out his thermos and pours me a cup of hot chocolate. Yummy. We both sit down on the hill, watching meteors zoom across the sky. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I'm so glad they waited. I'm so happy we looked up and saw them together. Did you know one day I'm going to have a meteor shower named after me? I say, dream big, Rocket. Anything can happen. So that is the story of Rocket Says Look Up. Okay, another fun one for this week. Okay. I don't see any new comments, so hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. It has gotten warmer this week, so make sure you're wearing your sunscreen if you go outside. I always have to say that. And I have one more story to share today, and in place of a song, I'm going to read a poem, and we're going to end with the poem today, and I just think that it's a beautiful sentiment, this poem, and I'll show you the book that it came from as well. So, last but certainly not least today is Lola Loves Stories. Now, you may remember in a story time pretty far back, maybe back in April, I read Lola at the library. This is the same Lola. I love Lola. And this time, Lola is loving the stories that she and her dad get from the library. So, let's see what kind of stories they read. This is Lola at the Library by Anna McQuinn. I'm sorry, Lola Loves Stories by Anna McQuinn. Lola's daddy takes her to the library on Saturdays. The library is very busy, but Lola finds some excellent books. Lola's daddy reads the first story at home. It is about a fairy princess. Hey, kind of like Tamika, right? Who was auditioning to be a princess in her school's play. All the next day, Lola wears a fancy dress and a sparkly crown. She is a fabulous fairy princess. I agree. She looks great. On Sunday night, Lola and her mommy read the next story. It is about an amazing journey. On Monday, Lola takes her friends on fantastic trips to places like Paris. On Tuesday, Lola chooses a story about friends. All afternoon, she and Ben play with their babies. Lola has cappuccino, and her baby has juice. Tuesday night, Lola's mommy reads a story about fierce tigers. The next day, Lola chases her friend Orla all over the jungle. She even tries to dress like a tiger. On Wednesday night, Lola reads a story about Old MacDonald. The next day, she is a farmer. Oh no, but Lola's cow has a boo-boo. Mommy knows just how to fix it, though. On Thursday night, Lola and her daddy read about building. The next day, Lola fixes up her house. She needs a hammer, a saw, and a little help from her daddy. On Friday night, Lola's daddy makes up a story about magic shoes. The next day, Lola's shoes are truly amazing. They sparkle all the way to the library and all the way home. They even sparkle while her daddy reads her a story about a wild and wicked monster. What will Lola be tomorrow? I think we have a hint. Okay, so that is the story of Lola Loves Stories. And I love stories too because they can help us learn new things. Like Rocket Says Look Up. I learned so many cool facts about meteor showers from that book. And I knew about Mae Jemison, but I did not know that she was afraid of heights, which is pretty incredible to be an astronaut and so brave to fight that fear. We can learn about staying true to yourself and auditioning for a play, even when people in your school might not think you're right for the part. You still join in. I think we can learn so many things from stories, including how to be kind to each other and how to help people who aren't having that kindness. So make sure we're kind to everyone. I think those are great lessons that we can hear in stories. And right now, I'm just going to quickly share a link. Hold on one second. Okay. Shared this in the comments. That is our book list that has been created to help stories that you can read with your child about going through difficult times and facing difficult times. Oh, that's so good, Marwat. Yes, stories are universal, right? Stories can help us learn so much about different parts of the world and about different people. And I think that is just so incredible and so important. I've learned so much over the years from reading, and I encourage that for everyone. And I just saw Patty walked in. Hi, Patty. Welcome. And let me just share also that one other post that I wanted to share today. This is, I just shared it in the comments. This is the link to the post on Sesame Street's page about their town hall that they're doing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's talking with your families about racism and how to talk to your children about it and how to fight it and how to make sure that everyone in this world is being treated with kindness and respect. So, okay, let me get my poem ready. Okay, so we are going to be reading a poem today. This is from a book by Vanessa Brantley-Newton, and it's called Just Like Me. Just such a gorgeous book of poetry. And this last poem was really special to me, so I wanted to share this in place of songs this week. So this is called Paper Chains. And you can see how gorgeous that artwork is. Just beautiful. Like a paper chain made of every single color, we link up to level up and aspire to go higher and higher, pulling each other up so that she can be a powerful link in our paper chain, encouraging each other to be gentle yet strong, loving and kind, each one reaching out until our link crosses this world, like the change we long to see. We can't do it until everyone joins, until all are invited. Won't you be a link in our paper chain for change? I just think that is so beautiful because it just shows that we are all linked together, and it's up to all of us to make sure that we connect and make a paper chain and share that love with the world. So thank you so much for tuning in to my story time this week. I hope you enjoyed the stories. I sure loved reading them. And as always, it is my favorite time of week to be with you. And be well, stay safe, stay healthy. And if you need anything from the library, don't hesitate to message us on Facebook. And otherwise, I just wanted to just remind you to be kind to each other and to everyone you come across. And Together, we can be just like Rocket and make our dreams come true, or Tamika. And we can learn all sorts of fun things like Lola does when she reads her stories. And we can learn a lot from them, and we can learn a lot from each other. So make sure we're all listening to each other and respecting each other and being kind to each other. Love you all. See you next Friday with some more stories. Bye, everyone.